Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this call. Are you an example or are you a warning? Be an example, not a warning. Hey, welcome to this call. My name is Bishal Sarkar. I'm author of the book, I Love Public Speaking, How to Communicate with Excellence. And I want to welcome you to the call of Rock the Stage movement. What most people know about me is that I'm a professional speaker. I'm a public speaking expert in India. I stay in Bangalore. I have built the #1 online public speaking community called Confidence University. I have a program called Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula. Guess what? Most people know that part. What most people don't know about me is that I came from a Bengali medium background. That's right, I came from a Bengali medium background. So I started from the scratch. I was born and brought up in a small city in West Bengal named Shiliguri. Okay, now, I see a lot of my clients right now, they worry about their children getting into an international school where they pay lakhs of rupees per year for their children's education for the school. Now, if I take you back to the time when I actually started out in the Bengali medium school, my parents paid 289 rupees per year for my school tuition. 289 rupees per year for my school tuition. Okay, I came from a lovely school called Shiliguri Boys High School, which is growing now. At that time, it was not so much growing as a school, but I came from a Bengali medium school. So growing up, I did not have mentors. Growing up, I did not have the skills that I have right now. Growing up, I did not have the mindset. Growing up, I did not have the direction. Growing up, I did not have the dreams that I have right now in my life. In fact, I still remember when I first came to Bangalore, and I started working for Business Standard, I did not know what exactly I wanted to do in my life. So I was looking for mentors, and one day I figured out that in order to become successful, I had to grow my voice. In order to become successful, I had to become a confident speaker. In order to become successful, I had to grow my own presentation skills. But to be honest with you, I was not a good speaker. I did not know how to give great presentation. I did not know how to communicate confidently. I did not know how to stand up in a meeting and convey my message effectively. Can you relate to that? Maybe near your past, you had some opportunities where you had to speak and you didn't speak well. Maybe you went to a meeting and everybody wanted you to rock, but you did not rock the stage and you felt bad. Same with me. I remember those moments. So I started a journey of improvement. I was committed to improve myself. Yes, I was committed. That's why I went to google.com and I typed public speaking courses in Bangalore. I was committed to improve myself. Yes, I was committed. That's why I went from this institute to that institute in order to find answer of public speaking. I was committed to improve myself. Yes, I was committed. That's why I went from this course to that course in order to find answer. I was committed to improve myself. Yes, I was committed. That's why I invested in myself, for going from this seminar to that seminar to that seminar, traveling to another city and attending seminars, going to Chennai, going to Hyderabad, looking for answers, understanding how the heck do I become a confident speaker? But I had no clue, because most of the courses that I was going through were theoretical. They were telling me, hey, we will make you a confident speaker in 1 day. We'll make you a confident speaker in 2 hours. Our trainer is this, our trainer is that. He is training for last 47 years. This and that. They were giving me a lot of promises. You know what I'm talking about, right? Getting a lot of promises, but not delivering anything. And that's why I have problem with people who are not practical. And the reason I was not learning much about public speaking, the reason I was committed but I was not getting my answers, was because the courses, the training seminars, the 2-day events, the workshops, the classes I was going to in Bangalore, in Chennai, in Hyderabad, they were not practical. And guess what? I was losing money. I was losing time. I was losing effort. But I was losing hope. I was losing hope. I became hopeless after investing lakhs of rupees not getting the results. I did not know what to do. And that's when I started searching out for more, and some of my friends started telling me, Bishal, you may want to try this, you may want to try that. And I said, no, it doesn't work. I have tried that in the past. Until one day, one of my friends came to me and said, Bishal, you might have tried everything except for the right thing. I said, what do you mean? And he said, Bishal, maybe you want to try some of the best speakers in the world instead of trying just somebody who just makes some false promises. So what I started doing is that I started venturing out, and I found some of the greatest mentors in the world. Okay? And if I can name some of them, that will help you. I found a guy named Tony Robbins, who is my number one mentor in my life right now. I found somebody named Les Brown, who's one of my not only mentors, but I'm blessed that he now calls me a friend. And by going through these seminars, by going through their programs, by investing lakhs of rupees when I did not have the money, I understood the real formula of public speaking. I think you want some real formula in your life. I think the reason you are listening to me right now, wherever you are in your life right now, in terms of career, in terms of your professional life, in terms of your personal life, is because not only you had put in effort, but also some people have helped you, correct? There are some people who have invested their time, effort in you, right? There are some people who believed in you even when you did not believe in yourself. And I had some people like that. And for the mentors, for the coaches, what happened for me was that I started learning the real secret of public speaking. I started learning how exactly, step by step, to give a rocking world-class presentation. I learned exactly how to give a world-class presentation. I started, applying everything, and I had the breakthrough. I figured everything out. I learned the real formula of how to rock the stage as a professional, as a speaker, as a presenter, as a human being. And I started getting consistent results. I got promotions. I made more money. I had more freedom. I started developing myself. And then when I started my business, everybody started asking me, Bishal, how do you speak so well? Can I learn something from you? And I just started giving a lot of free advice to some of my friends, some of my colleagues. Hey, do this. When you get stuck, when you lack confidence, do this or do that. And I started giving them the real jewels, the advice, the step-by-step program. And then they started applying it. And guess what? They started getting results. And then I created a program called Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula. And I started teaching to small groups because I was not known. At that time, I did not have a book. No. At that time, I was not featured in Times of India. No. At that time, I did not have audio programs. No. At that time, I was not known all around the world. No. At that time, I did not have, I did not appear in any international radio shows. No. So I did not have that much credibility. That's why I was teaching it to just small groups, few people, and they started getting consistent results. They started improving. That's when they started giving me testimonials saying Bishal Sarkar is the real guy. He's teaching about public speaking, which I'm really thankful for. But the main thing that happened for me was that I started believing in myself again. And my mission right now is my mission against people who are just theoretical is because there are many people who can teach you. There are many people who can promise a lot of things to you. But as a speaker, you must live your message before you give your message. I remember one time I went to one of the courses that I did not get results from, and the speaker there, the trainer there, he did not have great body language. He was hilarious in a negative way. I thought, man, I speak better than this guy. And he was telling me hope, like, you will be a great speaker one day. Just come to another program. We have a monthly forum. We have this, we have... I was thinking, man, he's not an example for me. He's not an example of a great speaker. He himself is not who I want to be like. And that was the problem. That is why I love practicality. See, I don't like just people. I think same thing with you. We don't just like people who are just telling things. We like people who are doing the things themselves. And that's why I have problem with people who say a lot of things but don't do. See, people who are not financially free yet teaching people how to be millionaires, are they example? No, they are warning. People who are not business people but they are teaching entrepreneurship and making money at MBA colleges, teaching seminars and semesters, they are not examples, they are warnings. People who are not great speakers themselves, yet they are teaching other people about public speaking, they are not examples, they are warning. And I want to ask you the question today, in your life, in your personal life, in your financial life, in your spiritual life, in your marriage, in your professional life, in your career, in your business, are you an example or are you a warning? Be an example, not a warning. You know, Albert Schweitzer once said that example is the main thing. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing in influencing others. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing in influencing others. I remember a couple of months ago, about 10 to 12 months ago, one of my friends named Amarnath, who was a bright, intelligent man, yet he was not taking action in certain areas of his life. He wanted to be a great speaker. He had great amount of technical skills. He was an IT professional. Then he got promoted to a project management post in one of the one of the greatest companies in Bangalore, and he did not know how to give great presentations. So he was telling his children that, you know, you should always keep learning. He was telling his wife, you should always grow yourself as a human being. He was telling his colleagues that always invest in yourself, but he himself was not doing anything that he was saying. He himself was not taking action. So one day, as a friend that I am, tough friend, lovely friend, I have tough love for people, okay? So I tell people exactly what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. So if you talk to my friends, my colleagues, my relatives, they know that I'm very, very straightforward, in a very gentle way, because I tell you exactly what you need to hear. So if you are fat, I'm not gonna say you have great physique, improve. I'm gonna say, dude, you're fat. Just improve. All right, here is how you improve. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. So now that you know that about me, so that friend Amarnath, I wanted to tell him, but for many months I thought maybe he's a friend, you know, I shouldn't tell him. Maybe if I tell him, he'll mind, or maybe he'll take it in an offensive way that I'm telling him. But one day I got sick and tired of hearing his same story, that he's not improving, that he's giving presentations but he's being ashamed, that he's giving presentations but his manager is ashamed of him, that he cries while giving the presentation, or after giving the presentation, coming to the room of his home, or leaving the office. I was sick and tired, and I did not know what exactly to do. So one day I went to him, and before going to him, I called him. I said, Amarnath, can I meet you for 5 minutes at the nearest CCD, because I have something important to tell you? And he said, sure. What is it about? I said, just meet me, I'll tell you. He said, sure. So he came down to the coffee shop, and I was there a little bit late for 5-10 minutes, and he said, what's up, Bishal, what happened? So I said, sit down, let's order something. And it was raining outside, and there he was in front of me at the table at CCD. And I said, let's order something. So he ordered a few pancakes, and I think I ordered a cappuccino, regular, with a lot of added sugar. And as the sugar came, you know, as the coffee came, I started sipping on my coffee. He started eating. And he started telling me, Bishal, tell me what the matter is. And I said, you know, Amarnath, you are a lovely person. I respect you. I love you. I admire your knowledge and your intelligence you have come to so far in your career. But it really pains me to tell you that there are many things that you are doing wrong. And he said, like what? I said, like man, you know, you tell your children to wake up early, but you don't wake up early yourself. And he became silent. I said, man, you sometimes tell your children to be confident in his life. Tell your daughter to be confident in her own studies. But you yourself are not a confident speaker. When you go in front of the stage, you yourself have stage fear. Why don't you improve yourself? Man, you tell your wife to have great behavior, but sometimes you behave strangely with people. What's wrong, man? And then I started getting a little scared, because Amarnath stopped eating his pancake. And he started looking away through the window, through the door, outside at the rain. And he was silent. Complete silent. But finally somebody had to break the silence, and I said, "Hey Amarnath, what's happening, man? What's happening? Tell me if I'm telling you something wrong. Tell me if I'm hurting you." And he said, "Bishal, you are hurting me." And as he had a little bit of tears in his eyes, he said, "Bishal, I never thought this way. I knew I was doing something wrong, but I did not know that I was doing something wrong. I tell my children to get up early, but I don't wake up early myself. I tell my wife to be good with everybody, but sometimes I'm not good with people. I tell my colleagues, do this, do that, but sometimes I don't do that myself." Yes. He said that, "Yes, Bishal, I am becoming a warning for them, not an example." And I said, "Don't worry about it, Amarnath. You can change it from this point forward. That's why I'm taking the time out of my schedule to talk to you, to help you improve yourself." And then he said, "Bishal, help me, man. Help me. Hold me accountable. Mentor me. Show me how exactly I can improve myself." And just like some of you know that you need somebody else's help sometimes in order to pick yourself up, you need somebody else to shake you up until they wake you up. This guy came to one of my programs, Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula, a couple of months back, about 9 to 10 months ago. This guy started reading books. This guy started listening to audio programs. I've given him my audio programs, my videos. I've given him some books of Napoleon Hill. I gave him some of the books of Robin Sharma and Anthony Robbins. And he started developing himself. And today, I'm proud to say that Amarnath is a very highly confident citizen of this society. He's living very confidently. He's giving great presentations. In fact, he had one promotion about 4 months ago in his company, and he is living very, very prosperous life. And recently he called me and he said that, "Bishal, thank you for the conversation about those few months ago, because now I am no more a warning. I am an example for my family." He said that now my son, my daughter they come to me and say, "Papa, someday I want to be like you. My wife tells me that we see a change in you, Amarnath. You are a role model. You are an example." See, that's exactly what you need in your life. You want people to tell you that you are the example. And for that reason, you cannot just tell big things. You have to do big things. There's a famous quote that once I read. It said, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. And I see so many people in this world who will tell you, "Don't smoke," but they are a chain smoker. I see so many people in this world who will tell you that you have to improve yourself, but they don't improve themselves. There are so many people who will tell you, "All leaders keep learning," but they don't learn themselves. There are so many people who will tell you that go to the gym and do the exercise, but they don't do the exercise themselves. I really laugh a lot, and it's hilarious to me when I see fitness experts who have a big butt. It's hilarious to me when I see corporate trainers, quote unquote, who get on the stage and start sweating in their speeches. Hilarious. I see so many people who are, quote unquote, financial experts who don't know how to pay the next bill. They are not examples, they are warning. And as an individual, as a leader, as an IT professional, as a project manager, as a doctor, as an entrepreneur, as a manager, as a father, as a husband, as a wife, whoever you are, as a human being, your responsibility is to be an example by doing the things that you're telling other people to do. So often we get in the trap of telling people that improve yourself, but we don't improve ourselves. So often we tell people that go to the course and take more degree and learn more things, but we don't do it ourselves. So often we tell other people, read this book, read that book, watch that movie, watch this documentary. We don't do that ourselves. Recently I got a call from a sales training company, okay? And they called, I don't know why. They said that we want to teach you how to sell. And it was a cold call. So, I said, tell me more about your programs. And I just wanted to, I didn't want to waste my time because that guy was not impressive on the phone call at all. But this guy could not sell me. And he was telling me that he was going to teach me how to sell. How ridiculous. This is the problem in the society today. That we forget to be the message. Instead, we just talk a lot. And I am a victim of that sometimes. Yes, I am a victim of that sometimes. Let me give you an example. A couple of months ago, I had a major shift, a major breakthrough in my life. See, whenever I meet my fiancée at a particular place, I'm not married yet, which is a good news for a lot of young girls. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, whenever I meet my fiancée, I tell her, hey, let's meet at 5:30 in the evening, or let's meet at 8:30 in the evening, or let's meet at 6:30 in the evening. Whenever I say that, I took it casually sometimes. So, she would be there by 6:30 and I go there at 6:35, 6:40. It's not a big deal, right? It's just 5-10 minutes late. And that became a habit for me. So for weeks, for days, for months, I started developing the habit. And then there was a point when she used to come at 6:30 in the evening and I used to show up at 7. And I did not used to say sorry, or sometimes I said, hey, sorry, let's go, move on. And she was hurt, but I did not know that. Until someday, it was a sunny evening, and at about 5:30 we met. We were supposed to meet, and she was there at 5:30. And I showed up at about 5:45, 47. 18 minutes late. And I was assuming it was not a big deal because I'm supposed to be late, because that became a habit for me. And I went there and she just was standing. And I said, what happened? Let's go. Let's eat something. And she said, no, I want to tell you something. I said, what is it? And she said, Bishal, you have so many people who you coach as a motivator. There are so many people who see you as a role model. Thousands of people watch your videos. Hundreds of people, email you and call you. And there are so many people who are learning from you. You have this monthly one-on-one coaching program where you teach people about life, about confidence. You have this elite level platinum coaching program where people pay you lakhs of rupees to learn something from you. I said, yeah. And then she said that, Bishal, people learn from you about confidence, about productivity, about persuasion, about power, about rocking the stage. I said, yeah. And then she said, but Bishal, you teach people to be great in life, but why do you come late? You teach people to be early in their lives. You teach people to show up for their lives, but Bishal, you are late. You, the excellence guy, the author, the YouTube star, you are late every day. And then she told me something, and she asked me a question which broke my heart. And she said, Bishal, you always talk about example and warning. I want to ask you today, are you an example, Bishal, or are you a warning? What was I supposed to answer? I did not know. I told her, you know what? I need to go home. She said, why? I said, I don't know. I'm not liking this moment right now. Please forgive me. Let me walk you through your home. And then I come back to mine. We'll meet tomorrow for a longer time, all right? And she said, okay. So as I was walking with her towards her home to drop her, I was silent. She was silent. Everything around us was loud and proud. People were talking, people were singing, people were chatting, bikes were going around, trucks were going around, cars, but I was silent. But inside my heart, I was broken, because somebody had the guts to tell me that I was becoming the warning because I was late. and I did not know what to do. I dropped her home, said goodbye to her, came back home, locked myself in the room, looked myself in the mirror and asked myself, am I the example or a warning? And ladies and gentlemen, that was the day that changed everything for me. That was the day when I decided that from this point forward, I'm never going to tell somebody else to do something which I'm not willing to do myself. And from that point forward, I no more go to meetings on time. I'm always there ahead of time. So if I have an appointment with somebody at 11 in the morning, I always show up at 10:55. If I have a phone call with a client at 6 p.m., I give them a call at 5:58. At least I'm ready at that time. And for my fiance, if I have to meet her at 6:30, I go there right now at 6:25. And she loves that. She loves that. Okay? That's how I was reminded in my life to be an example, because I'm not perfect. Guess what? You are not perfect. There are some areas in your life when you are making a mistake. Maybe you are telling your children to study more, but you are not studying more. Maybe you are telling your colleagues to be nice with clients. Maybe you are not nice with clients. Maybe you are telling your relatives that they should invest in their public speaking skills, but maybe you are not investing in your public speaking skills. Maybe you are giving wisdom to your family members that when an opportunity comes, always take action, but maybe you are not taking action. If you are doing that, you are not an example, but a warning. But I don't want that. So from this point forward, I want you to improve yourself. Do those things that you're telling other people to do. Yes, commit to yourself to improve yourself. Commit to yourself to be an example. Commit to yourself towards being a role model for people, because don't be a warning, but be an example. See, whatever you did in the past, I don't care, because there's a Chinese proverb that says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. I don't care what mistakes you made in the past. I made a lot of mistakes in business, made a lot of mistakes in my life. I don't care what mistakes you made in your marriage so far. I don't care what mistakes you made towards your child so far. I don't care. I don't care what mistakes you made in your career so far. I don't care what mistakes you made with your health so far. I don't care. But here's what I care. I care that you stop making those mistakes from now. Why? Because there was Maria Robinson who once said that nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anybody can start today and make a new ending. I'm recommending to you, start today and make a new ending. Start reading the books. Start involving yourself in a personal development program. Start hiring a mentor. Go to a coach who can see you for not for just who you are, but who you can become. I want to welcome you to improve your public speaking skills. I want to welcome you to improve your productivity. I want to welcome you. I want to challenge you to improve your persuasion. I want to challenge you to grow yourself as a father. I want to challenge you to grow yourself as a husband. I want to challenge you to grow yourself as a son. I want to challenge you to grow yourself as a leader, as an IT professional, as a project manager, as a leader, as a doctor. I want to challenge you to grow yourself as a citizen. You know, one of the things that I'm most proud of in my life, ladies and gentlemen, I don't share it often, but I want to tell you right now, one of the things I'm most proud of, I never smoked in my life. Never smoked a cigarette. Never. I never had alcohol, like in form of wine or champagne, anything. Never. I've gone to parties. People tell me, would you like to drink? I say no. In fact, if I tell you, when I was in 9th standard, I was offered my first puff of cigarette by a circle of friends. And I said, no, I don't want to smoke. And they said, whoo, you're a good guy. You are a child. Let's move on. They left me. I was alone. I was lonely. I became the lonely one. I became the lonely guy. When I went to college, when I was in first PUC, before going to college, I was offered my first drink in a party, and I said no, and they said, child, leave him, and they left me. I was the lonely one. When I went to college, I was offered drugs and many other things that you shouldn't take, and something in me said, say no. I said, no, I don't want to take that, and they left me saying, you are a child. I became the lonely one. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I'm proud of the most in my life is that now when all those people call me saying, Bishal, I knew you would make it. Now in my life when my name appears on Times of India. Now in my life when people from USA, UK, Canada contact us for training and coaching and mentoring on public speaking. Now when people from Canada or US call us for me being an expert on their radio show, I become proud. People call me, now you are the only one who improved so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. If you want to be the only one, sometimes you have to be the lonely one. And the reason I never smoked, the reason I never drank in my life is because I wanted to be an example in my family. Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be an example in my family so that my next generation, my brothers, my sisters, my children in future, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, I can tell them, here I am. Man, I was in a lot of situations where I could smoke. I was in a lot of situations where I could drink. I was in a lot of situations where I could go to a lot of wrong path. I was in a lot of situations where I could take drugs. I did not. So should you. You don't need to do that. That's what I'm proud of the most. And if it's bragging, it's bragging. But I'm imperfect in a lot of areas, but trust me, I have made some good choices as well. So should you. From today, I want you to be that example. Stop those bad habits, start that good habits. Stop saying good messages, start being that good message. And if you ever want any of my help, hey, feel free to call me and partner with us. A lot of people right now come to our training program, Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula. A lot of people are joining my one-on-one elite level platinum coaching program where I work with you personally. A lot of people are coming to our practical public speaking course in Bangalore, which I already talked about, Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula. If you want to improve yourself, read the books. If you want to improve your public speaking skills, I want to invite you. Call my office or come to my website bishalsarkar.com and know much more about Rock the Stage Ultimate Formula. We're going to show you how to be a confident speaker. We're going to show you how exactly you can gain massive amount of confidence. We're going to show you how exactly you can change your vocal variety. We're going to show you how to tell your personal stories. We're going to show you how to have dynamic body language. You are going to develop your unique voice. You're going to overcome your stage fear of forever, and you will become a super confident speaker for the rest of your life. If that's what you want, we have the answer. Call our office and get some more information. Always remember, be an example, not a warning. Are you an example or are you a warning? When you become an example as a father, when you become an example as a husband, when you become an example as a leader, when you become an example as a manager, when you become an example as a human being, when you become an example as a family member, you become the example. You gain massive amount of recognition. You will do things that you have never done before, and you will enjoy being the role model of people. That's what I want for you. Be the example, not a warning. So the question I want to leave you with is, are you an example or are you a warning? Hey, thanks so much for listening to this call. Talk to you very soon. Whatever you do, always be well in your life. Be a champion. This is Bishal Sarkar, your public speaking expert, your excellence coach, always reminding you, be an example, not a warning. Have a great day. Bye-bye.